Hello everyone, and welcome back to another book review. Today I am going to be reviewing a photography collection that I've wanted to read for a while. I've seen this in my library's collection and I wanted to get it out and peruse. This is Alaska by Art Wolfe, who is a photographer. It is a photography collection featuring the United States state of Alaska with text by Nick Jans. So it's a little bit of a bigger book, a little oddly shaped book, but this was super fun to read. I have had the opportunity to visit Alaska in person, and after looking through this photography collection, I want to immediately book a return trip. So I'm going to give you a brief outline of the format of this book, how it is set up, and then I'm going to jump in and show you a bunch of my favorite photos. And really most of the photos in this book were my favorite photos, but I have pared it down to a small number. So it is a photography / text collection, with the text being done by this Nick Jans individual, photography by Art Wolfe. And the book is set up so there's different text sections with accompanying photographs. And the sections, the photographs and the text, we start with map of Alaska, are broken up into different sections. So section 1 is mountain, 2 river and lake, 3 tundra, 4 sea and coast, 5 forest, and 6 island. So different regions within Alaska. There is a small map up here if you are not familiar with it, although I did wind up also looking up some places on Google Maps while listening to this, or reading this. I did not listen to it. And as I've already mentioned to you, this makes me want to book a return trip immediately. So the way it's set up, you'll go into a section, there'll be an overleaf page like mountain, and then the person doing the text will write for a couple pages on the topic, mostly just saying how beautiful it is. And then you move into the photography section, which will just have the photographs and the description down below. So with that being said, we can jump into some of my favorites. Actually, the one I was on was already the first bit. I have seen these sort of sheep. I don't know if it's the exact same sort of sheep. I've seen them also in Montana, like mountain goats looking things. But they were very far away. I don't even know how you get a photograph of these creatures up close. I don't know if it's like a remote activated camera. Sunset, or this is sunrise. But sunrise and sunset over mountains is so cool, in my opinion. I do not live in a place in the US where we have mountains, so whenever I get to see mountains, I am easily impressed. I just have to say that. The idea of light with clouds and mountains, this looks like something out of a Mount Everest documentary, if I'm being honest. So cool. The mountains in Alaska are very, very impressive. But again, I find myself is easily impressed. These are some rocks and fossils. Some here. These are iron ore deposits, actually. I think these are cool. Then we have some animals. We have this cool looking bird. This is a Pacific loon for here. Then we have a moose. I will say the only animal I did not see in the wild in Alaska that I thought I would was a moose. I did not see a wild moose, which people told me they would be everywhere. There were warning signs everywhere. Did not see one. So I'm disappointed, so I need to book a return trip anyways. However, I don't think I want to be this close. I'm sure this is like a telescopic lens, but moose kind of scare me. Most wild animals kind of scare me. I like to maintain a respectful distance from wild animals. Here's one. This is from the Tongass National Forest, and there's a lot of photos of this national forest throughout the book. And one of my goals is to visit every national forest in the United States. It's one of my travel goals. I have a little list and I highlight them as I go to them. There are a lot of pictures of this national forest in this book, and it makes me really want to go to this one. I'm sure they're all beautiful. All the national forests I've been to so far have been beautiful. I love the national forests, but these just make me want to visit really badly. We skip a bit to page 79. It is a mix of landscape and animal photography, so the photographer does do both. This is part of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, which I also want to visit. I thought this was a really nice photograph. We also have on the next page ice bubbles on the Arctic coast. I thought these were really, really cool. Ice forms really interesting formations in open bodies of water, so I really, really enjoyed seeing the ones from Alaska. We have some more little animals. These are Arctic foxes. I've seen plenty of foxes in the wild, but I've not seen an Arctic fox. These are some musk ox. Love to see these in the wild from a safe and respectful distance. And these are on Nunavak Island is where they are, which the text person, Nick Jans, mentions that is an island where they are located in. This is probably my favorite photograph in the entire collection. So the author, the person who does the text, was talking about how in the tundra, the plants grow so close to the earth to not expend a lot of energy to get tall and to focus on reproduction. And this is a close-up of that tundra, the tundra plants. This is so cool. So cool. I want a print of this. This makes me want, this picture alone makes me want to go book a trip. This is so cool. Favorite, this is on page 88. This is my favorite photograph in the entire book. This one. But we have one more, or a couple more to show you on page 154 and 155. Or I'll start with these. These aren't on the list, but these are of some islands. These just reminded me of Iceland. I've also been to Iceland. I think it's just like the treeless location, but these gave off really big Iceland vibes to me. But the final ones that I'm going to be discussing today are these. We have a bald eagle here, and we have this one, which is just flowers on an island. This one reminded me again of that tundra one, but a little bit bigger scale. So overall, this was a super, super cool photography collection with some really good photography. It makes me want to book a trip again. I really want to go back and see all of this in person. Alaska is beautiful. If you do get the opportunity to visit, I highly recommend you take it. Love it. And this book just showcases a little bit of the Alaskan wilderness and the nature that's present in Alaska. Art Wolfe is a really good photographer, at least I find it. I liked particularly his photography of the landscape, but he also does animal photography, as you can see in here. So you will get both if you purchase this book. And if you have purchased this book or you have any thoughts and comments on this book, please let me know in the comment section down below. I love to receive your thoughts and comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.